I am Tula Antonia, Tourmaline Tula, whichever one you would like to call me. But I wanted to say, today's topic is, what are people saying behind your back? What is the gossip, honey? What's the gossip? What are people saying behind your back? Um, I'm going to do 3 readings of this. So whichever one finds you, take what resonates, leave what does not, honeys. Also, feel free to follow me on TikTok for shorter readings at Tourmaline Tula. And you can also book a personal reading with me in the link, first link in the bio on Calendly. 30-minute clarity calls I do, and you can add a little tarot vibe to it. Ooh, the Hermit is the first card that comes out. Whew, okay. I'm going to put that one at the bottom of the deck. Wow, the Hermit and the Emperor. Very interesting. So, you're somebody who stays to themselves, somebody who is you have a lot of inner wisdom, and it might make people intimidated. Then we have the Two of Wands in reversed. Two of Wands in reverse. Wow. Okay, you are someone who is kind of intimidating, honey bun, because you stay to yourself, but you also have a secret power. You know what I mean? I feel people see that you have a lot of inner wisdom, a lot of knowledge within you as well, but you don't always have to speak it out loud. You just naturally move. You move in silence, But you're also very mature for your age. Someone who is very stable, especially for your age. Something about age is coming up here. You might be someone who's mature or you've accomplished a lot at a young age. And you just seem like you're going to go very far in life. That's what people are saying, and that's actually a good thing. Wow, the World card at the bottom of the deck. Wow, that's a lot of major arcanas. World card at the bottom of the deck. The Temperance actually came out, but they see that you're a very successful person. If you're not already successful, they see that there's a lot of success that's going to be given to you or that you will acquire within this lifetime, and that you're going to be very well off. Very well off, very fulfilled, not only financially or abundantly, but spiritually as well. They see that you're someone who, with this Hermit card being the first card too, you're someone who is wise beyond their words. Interesting. Beyond their words, or wise beyond their age as well, but also not just spiritually successful or physically successful, but someone who's able to acquire peace along with that success. Okay? That's what makes you very intimidating, because you're able to accomplish and go after the things that you want to go after, and it inspires others to challenge themselves because you do that. You're someone who faces your fears to get the things that you want. You're not going to sit around 333 and waste time, okay? You're someone who inspires growth wherever you go. Okay, and people that come in contact with you are bound to grow and evolve based off of being around you, babes. Because of the way that you test people, you challenge people's thoughts to think bigger, and you're just naturally, you vibrate on that as well. You're not just somebody who's going to challenge somebody to change themselves and you're not changing. No, they see that you are the person who becomes the change that you want to see in the world. Love that. Thank you, Spirit. And you also have the capacity to do it and to speak it, to make it happen, So it's you might come off you might rub people the wrong way sometimes, but they respect that and they honor that because they see that you're living proof of the change that you are challenging. Does that make sense? You challenge people to change and be better because you see that you've done that. Little do people know is that you have changed a lot of times. You are not you do not look like what you've come from, but of course you don't wear that on your sleeve. People will not be able to say or see where you've come from because of the way you carry yourself. But what they're saying behind your back is that, wow, I can tell that she's come a long way. You might be you know what I mean? Not picking genders at all. But this person is a very, very evolved person. Okay, that's why I say you may seem wiser than your years. You may seem more mature for your age. It's because you're very wise. You carry yourself very maturely, very strategically as well, and you also expect that from other people. Temperance as well. You're a very well balanced person. Okay, you're balanced with your money, with your energy, with your time, and things like that. Like, you may be someone who's very punctual. When you say something, you do it. Or if someone is expecting you to show up for them, you show up. But when they cut the cord, or when you know that you have not agreed to show up to this person, you're not going to show up either. You're very, very, excuse me, confirmation burp. Very sure of yourself. Okay, they see that you're a very sure of yourself person, and that you don't play the fiddle. They see that you are someone who is willing to put and give a lot when the time calls for it. But as soon as somebody shows you that they're not giving their all, or they're not able to live up to the expectations you have for them, you have no problem with pulling your energy back and pouring it back into yourself. That's what it is. People see that the talk, the chatter behind your back is that, like, you walk a fine line. And those people who walk a fine line of, like, living what they say and, putting their money where their mouth is, they align with you most, because you are someone who has no problem with doing that. Ten of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Ooh, okay. Those who are not people who don't hold themselves accountable, they may not like you. They may not, be fond of you at first or whatever, because they see that you're the complete opposite of that. So they may go around gossiping about you, trying to get other people to, talk down on you, but the whole time they can't find many words to say about you, because you live what you preach. You are someone who walks in, like I said, the change that you want to see in the world, and you are able to stand behind the things that you talk about. So of course, those who don't do that, and those who can't hold themselves accountable, they're easier just talking, and not really doing much. They don't resonate with someone like you. So they're most likely the ones who's doing the most talking. This is giving, people might try to control the narrative that others think of you, but the people who are already thinking good things of you, they already have their mind set on the version of you that they've experienced, because you are so authentic in the way that you move, in the way that you talk, and all of that stuff. So it only makes the people who's trying to change the narrative look even more inauthentic, because they know that those are people who cannot walk the walk. They can't talk the walk. They can't walk the talk that they are used to doing. You are someone who walks the walk and talks the talk, but when people are trying to control the narrative and make other people think differently of you, it's a little harder, because they're like, I don't know, the version of Tula that I've gotten, she seemed like she was very legit. She was very authentic, and I actually liked her, so it makes people kind of second guess those who are talking bad on you. It's kind of like it burns them for even talking down, because the things that you do, it's proof in the pudding. Your proof is in the pudding, the way that you move, because you are who you say you are. But to those who are not, and who are trying to get other people to see maybe that you're not, it makes them look even bad in the end. That's funny. It kind of backfires on them. You're also, a very responsible person. Someone who really puts the pedal to the metal and who's able to really like get up and do the work that it needs to be done in order to accomplish and to get to the next level. I'm going to get one more from this deck. So those who are talking good behind your back, they are always good in your book. But the people who are trying to control the narrative and make other people think that you're not who you say you are, it just doesn't work. Honestly, it don't work. Four of Cups in reverse. Ooh. See, and it makes other people like, I feel like the gossip is that there's not much gossip because it ain't nothing to gossip about for real. Like the people who try to gossip, it ends up making them feel dumb, look dumb, and it makes them go on their own little journey of exploring themselves too, because they're wondering like, how is it that this person has such a level of respect, an air of respect around them that it's just like impossible to unwire, you know what I mean? Like you have such a level of integrity that it exudes off of you, and people naturally want to respect you. People, of course, the people who've come in contact with you, they respect you, and it's hard for those who don't respect you or who don't see. It's not many people that don't respect you. It's only the people that don't want to respect you or don't want to like believe that you are who you say you are. But whole time that they are trying to force other people's minds to change about you, it makes them embark on their own journey. They ended up looking like, little do they know, they become inspired by you because you are so authentic. You are so genuine in what you say, what you put out. You're consistent. You know what I mean? You show up time and time again, and it's not fake. It's genuinely like, this is who I am. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. So it just is like, wow, how can I not like her? How can I not like her? See, reevaluation. It makes them reevaluate their whole life when they start talking about you. So ultimately, the gossip is what people are saying behind your back, honey. It's like, hey, don't play with her. She's who she says she is. It's not. What I'm trying to get is that what people are saying behind your back is not as bad as you might think. They have nothing but good to say. You could be someone who makes a lot of money, who has a lot of money available. Is this deck upside down? Jesus. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. Yeah. Someone who makes a lot of money already or is going to have the potential to make a lot of money. Very well balanced, like we said before. You know, balance between not just your money, but also like spiritually and physically. You're not someone who leans too much into the materialistic stuff, but you're also not super duper religious and holier than thou, so you don't feed into it. You're very well balanced in what you do. You know, you might have some things that, you know, you might have a nice big house, you might have a nice car, but you're also going to church. You're also still in the faith. You're still someone who will give to the needy if they, you know, if you come in contact with those people. So it's like, you're very well balanced, very much someone who's going to reap the benefits of this lifetime. Ooh, I love the way I said that. You're someone who's going to reap the benefits of this lifetime because you give back to those who deserve it, who need it, who, you know what I mean, and who cherish you, who like, you're someone you're naturally a giver, okay? And I think people can notice this about you. And what people are saying behind your back is that you have no problem with giving to those who deserve it and who pour into you. Okay, but you're also someone who is going to be able to expend a little money on yourself, and you know, you have, you know, certain interests in things like the typical person, but you're also not too airheaded. Very well balanced, very down to earth. Down to earth, okay? And last but not least, people may think that you're someone who has, like, you don't take shortcuts. You're someone who's willing to take the long route to get to the things that you want. You plant roots in the things that you really, truly care about, okay? You're someone who, honoring roots. You may have a big family. You might want to build a big family or something of that sort, or you might just like make people feel like family whenever they're around you, and they yeah. Of course, they might be a little like on the fence before meeting you, but once they really penetrate and get to know you, they learn that you're more like kind-hearted than they expected. You're someone who's level-headed, well-balanced, very rooted in who you are, and you are who you say you are. That's the word. You are who you say you are. So, no bad vibes here. It definitely doesn't seem like any bad vibes here. Like, people have nothing but good to say about you. And those who have nothing good to say, it backfires on them because you are just that protected and you're just that genuine. Wow. Look at that. I mean, it seems like you have like a armor around you, a level of protection around you where people have no choice but to like you. People have no choice but to like you, baby. Because, yeah, you're not out here trying to fake the funk. You're not trying to get people to believe that you are something you're not. No, you talk what you talk, and whatever you talk about, you are doing it as well. So, I love that about you, honey. Keep it up. Keep it going. Yeah. Check out my other videos.